Now from your official station for the John Deere Classic, the 19th hole preview show on WQAD News 8.
Welcome to the 19th hole preview show and the beautiful 16th hole here at Deere Run as John Deere Classic Week has officially begun. 51 years of golf here in the Quad Cities officially in the books, and year number 52 looking bigger and better than ever.
Yeah, 2023 marks the 25th year that the John Deere Classic has been played out here at TPC Deere Run. And over the next 30 minutes, we'll get you set for a great week of golf. And of course, it all begins with the best women's college basketball player, Caitlin Clark. She's going to be playing in the Pro-Am this year, to country music's best taking center stage for the weekend.
And oh yeah, in between 156 of the world's best golfers will invade the Quad Cities looking to become a JDC champion. And that's where we start tonight. Last year, it was JT Poston becoming the first wire-to-wire winner in over 30 years. A few weeks ago, I sat down with our defending champion. We are joined now by the 2022 John Deere Classic champion, JT Poston. Congratulations once again. Thank you for coming back. Welcome back. What's it feel like being back here in the Quad Cities? I know you're not out on the course, but what's it feel like being back in a special place for you?
It feels great. I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to being back for the John Deere Classic. I have a lot of obviously great memories from last year, and hoping to kind of build off that and do it again this year.
We're not out at the course, as we mentioned, but do you start thinking back? Do you get those memories? We're going to watch a video here in a little bit at our media day here. What stands out to you when you think about last year and your run here at the John Deere Classic?
Yeah, just, I mean, from a golf standpoint, the way I played, I obviously think back to that week and kind of where my game was at, and I draw off of those rounds and some of those shots and some of those putts down the stretch at other golf tournaments. I mean, those are the memories that you're kind of looking back on, knowing that you've done it before, you've won when you're trying to win other tournaments and trying to, play well in big events.
Obviously, you come into every tournament wanting to do well, wanting to win. When you start off, I think Thursday was a 62 for you, something like that. When you start off like that, does that just get things rolling a little bit? And obviously, a great way to start your week last year.
Yeah, it gets things rolling. It puts you in a great spot right out of the gate, which is always nice. Because when you're out in front, you kind of control your own destiny. You can attack how you want to attack, and that was something new for me, going wire to wire, leading from the first round all the way through. And you can't think of a better way. Hopefully, do it again this year.
You mentioned that it's wire to wire. It's not easy to do. It doesn't happen a lot. Like 30 years ago was the last time it happened here in the Quad Cities with the John Deere Classic. What was that like, and do you sit back? Did you know it as you went through? Obviously, you knew you were winning the entire time, but you don't think wire to wire at any point during the week, do you?
Yeah, I didn't really know. I wasn't thinking wire to wire as much. I definitely didn't know it had been that long since it had happened here at the John Deere, but yeah, I was focused on trying to win the golf tournament, and I knew I was in a great position after each day. This golf course, guys go low out there, and it's not the easiest golf course, I don't think, but it's one of those that when you're hitting it well, you've got some birdie chances, and fortunately it was one of those weeks that I really hit it good, and the putter was good, and everything just sort of came together.
You mentioned it's not the easiest course, you don't think. You hadn't played that great here in the past. Well, what changed things? What was the difference between the other times and coming back in 2022?
It was one of those. When I had played it in the past, I felt like I should play well here. I felt like it fit my game well. The greens I'm very familiar with. Bent grass greens is what I grew up on. Putting is usually a strength of mine, and it was a course where you had a lot of chances, and so I felt like that kind of played right into my game well. I just hadn't done it up until last year, and I think coming into the week, I'd just come off a really good week at the Travelers, and had a lot of confidence, and was obviously playing well, and it was nice to be able to carry it right into the John Deere and finally get another trophy.
You look at winning it and you get that check, you get obviously the prize money's nice, but you also get a gator as well, and I think people sleep on that gator. You've enjoyed that gator. I hear rumblings here and there. Where's the gator now, and how has the gator been since you got it?
The gator is sitting at home. We've got it in the garage. It has actually taken my garage spot where I usually park my truck for now, because we got a bunch of other junk we're trying to clear out. But it's been great. We've had fun driving it around St. Simons, driving around the neighborhood. We actually used it. My wife and I got married in December, so we used it as our exit vehicle once the reception was over. So it's been great. It's obviously a lot of fun and much appreciated for John Deere to give us that after the win.
You come back to the Quad Cities here early July. How's your game right now? Where do you feel like you can get better? And is the John Deere Classic a place where you can get things rolling come July?
Yeah, you know, I'm excited. I feel like last year, right about this time of year is when I had been struggling a little bit, but my game sort of started to turn around. And I would say this year I feel like my game's in a better spot than it was last year at this point in the season. But I also feel like I'm in a little bit of a, I wouldn't say lull, but just kind of waiting for it all to click again. Been showing a lot of signs of some good golf and some good rounds. Just haven't quite had the good, really big tournament yet. And hoping that happens this summer, and if it happens at the John Deere, that'd be great. I know some guys have gone back-to-back. Stricker, I think, won. I remember watching Stricker win his third in a row, and so I'd love to try and make a push for that too.
It seems to happen here. A lot of repeat winners here. Before we let you go, JT Poston, talk us through the JT, because I don't think until recently I knew what JT stood for. What's JT stand for? And I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, so JT stands for James Tyree. So James Tyree Poston. I'm a junior. I was named after my dad. So it's a family name, and I've been called JT since I was a kid.
Does anybody call you Tyree?
No, but I think people might start. Now, I've gotten a lot of, we get a lot of grief between myself and Justin Thomas and JT, the other JT, and we've had some fun with it. But done a few podcasts, and when people find out Tyree, they say, I'm just going to call you Tyree. And more people are saying that, so if they start doing it, I tell them I'll answer to it because it is my name. So, yeah, if people start calling me Tyree, I can roll with it.
You mentioned the John Deere Classic being a special place, kind of where you grew up, or like where you grew up. What is it about this community, about the John Deere Classic, that does draw yourself and other golfers here? Because we're a smaller community, we have that hometown vibe to us. What is it about this place that you like and maybe others on the tour like to come to?
I think that's exactly it. You said it. It's the hometown vibe, and it's very laid back and just a great community. Everybody's so supportive. You know, so other tournaments you hear from people, and you know, getting close to tournament week, but then once the tournament's over, you don't really hear from them again until the next tournament rolls around. Whereas here, I feel like I get, you know, check-ins from all kinds of guys, Decker in the locker room, and you know, guys that we've gotten to know over the years, and they're always checking in and following and seeing how we're playing, texting us when we're playing good, texting us when we're playing bad. And so it's just kind of that family and community feel that makes it special and draws guys to come back every year.
JT Poston, 2022 John Deere Classic champion, defending champion. We'll see if we can do it again coming up in July.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, JT. That's it with the defending champion. We'll have much more on our 19th hole preview show right after this.
You're watching the 19th hole, sponsored by Lexus of the Quad Cities, Jewel Osco, Simply Vain, and Millwright's Local 2158.